everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is the Bronco Knight coming at you with another video review. And today we are looking at the Transformers The Last Knight Studio Series Deluxe Class Autobot Hot Rod. Now he is one of my favorites from that movie. I'm not sure what it is about him, but I like how he did things in the movie. Like, it's hard for me to explain. If you've seen The Last Knight, you can tell that this guy, he was in the movie, obviously. But anywho, let's get into the nitty-gritty stuff. So as you can see here, we have an open packaging right here with Hot Rod and a product shot of him looking really nice. Here we have a up close and personal image of Hot Rod right there. And boy, does he look awesome. We have the official obligatory product shot in his vehicle and robot. He converts in 26 steps. So one of the things I actually like about this is that this is an official product of Lamborghini. This was almost the exact same mold that Lockdown was in Age of Extinction. So we have the backdrop that includes with the figure. So I'm really excited about bringing this to you guys today. And there's a little bar right here that says, Hot Rod diverts the authorities as Bumblebee races to the Royal Navy Submarine Museum. Now, for those who've already seen The Last Knight, you obviously know what that means. If not, it basically means that Vivian is the descendant of Merlin, to where they've actually found where the staff is. In order to get there, they have to get to a museum where a decommissioned submarine that the Navy used to use a while back, that's where they have to go to get to the place by you get into the submarine. So, other than that, really nice picture of Hot Rod right there. So, I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen on today's episode, but time will tell. And then here we have the pulled back image, and he is a deluxe class. So not much more to say about the box, but other than that, I am really excited to bring you guys Hot Rod to the channel. So let's get him out of the package and see how cool he really is. Alrighty, so here we have Hot Rod out of the packaging with his display stand, and I'm not gonna lie, that looks really, really cool. First here, we're gonna bring Hot Rod over to the screen right here. And boy, that's a very, come on, focus. A very nice head sculpt right there. You got the eyes painted in a blue. You got those eyes painted in a blue with a little orange part right here, as well as the mouth. I mean, overall, that's not even including the figure itself. Like, the sheer amount of detail, like right here, especially in the abdomen area and the arms. So, right back here, so very, very nice. Now, the one thing I kind of do not like about the figure is this little part, like right here. Though I can understand like why they had to do it that way. But I kind of wish they could actually make it to where like this part could actually just like fold in a little bit more. I'm not sure how, but you know, it's other than that, that's just me being a little bit picky, but 9 times out of 10, I'm not very picky about about Transformers. I just noticed some stuff. But overall, it's a really nice figure. And you have this little weapon like right here, which I believe is the Time Stopper weapon, where he fires at some objects and then he could like stop, like he says, like in like kind of like a French, like stops the time. I'm not exactly sure how he says it, but either way, it's a really nice accessory. So it just pegs right in there. Now there's no real way to store it, so we'll just set that off to the side, and we're gonna set Hot Rod off to the side for a few. So here is the backdrop that comes with the figure. And it's obvious, and it was taken from the scene where Cade, Vivian, and Bumblebee were en route to actually try to get to the Navy Museum, and Hot Rod over here decides to lead the police in a high-speed chase away from them, so that way they can meet them there. And I like the way that they put the detail into this. This is really cool. Now I was just I just noticed that with this wheel. So other than that, how about you? If you want to display your figure with the backdrop, you're more welcome to. However, if you don't, I normally don't, just because if you have more figures, you're not gonna have enough room. So other than that, so far I'm really liking this guy. Now for articulation goes, his arm can do a full 360, but you have to do it like at a bend. It can go out about that far and then in. You got a little elbow joint right here that can give 90 degrees. And wrist rotation, which I believe is due to transformation, I believe, but I could be wrong. But other than that, it looks really nice. You don't have any waist rotation, but you do get to have these pulled out like all the way, so you can almost kind of have him do the splits. Legs can go in and out. And then you definitely have like quite a bit of a little ankle tiltage right here, so you can get some really good poses. And you don't really have a knee tiltage just because of the way stuff is. But overall, it is a really nice figure. So let me move the camera over here. Sorry for the shakiness. My camera, I'm trying to actually get it to where it will stay pert. But there's it. Alrighty, so now we got some comparisons coming up. One of them is with his buddy from the last night. Now, I do not have the Bumblebee that came from the last night, but I do have Rise of the Beast Bumblebee right here. Now, before we continue, there was a video that got posted. I don't remember who posted it, but I know it's not going to be in the movie, so I'm just going to let you guys know right now. But it shows that Hot Rod was actually in a scene where the volcano was at. There was Optimus, RC, Bumblebee, and Hot Rod. But those were the main ones I saw. If you look it up, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But I just wanted to point that out. Like, I know Hot Rod is not going to be in the movie, so I just didn't want to get your guys' hopes up. Now, I forgot to mention this. Out of the Hot Rods that we have so far, this one's actually the most accurate. Just because of the way they designed it, it's more it's more efficient than what the one that we got from the last night in the deluxe version. So there is Hot Rod's good friend, Bumblebee, from the Rise of the Beast. And last but not least, we also have Studio Series Voyager, Optimus Prime, from the Bumblebee movie. So, there you have that. Alrighty, so I guess the only thing now is to do is the transformation. Now, the transformation is somewhat a little bit complex, but it's more along the lines, kind of like a masterpiece. So, it's very involved, which is something I really like in a figure. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. So, what you're going to do is you're going to remove the gun if you haven't done so already. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to come to the head, turn it a full 360, and then you're going to collapse it down like so. Come around here to the feet, and then you're going to twist at this right here, and then you're going to snap that right into place. You're going to bring this down, and that's going to be the spoiler and the bumper. So what you're going to do is you're going to angle it like so, and you're going to collapse it up. So that way it becomes like that. Like so. Then you want to make sure that this is fully up. Or actually, no, you want to make sure it's down like so. So that way it goes like that. You're going to do the exact same thing over here. Lock it in. I'm going to pull these pieces out. Like so. Okay. And then you're going to angle it like so. And you're going to pull it up. It does, there we go. Takes a little bit of doing, but, whoops. There we go. And then what you're going to do is you're going to tab these together. Like so. So that's pretty much how you want the back to look. And then you're going to make sure these are looking pretty good. Whoops, that's why. Okay, there we go. Had to make sure for some reason it just didn't want to seem it was in. Okay, so, and here's where it starts to get a little bit complicated. What you want to do is you want to rotate this around like so. That's going to be like how it's going to go. Next, you're going to pull that out. It collapses underneath here. And then what you're going to want to do is you want to pull these out and just leave them like so. And you're going to stretch these out till it goes there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pull these out. Oops, sorry. Pull those out. You're going to pull these little guys out. And you're going to want to move these out of the way. Because as a matter of fact, this is going to rotate 180. Or I should say 360. Either, yeah, 180. And then what you're going to do is you're going to line it up, which can be a little bit tricky. So you want to move those up. Oops. Okay, so sorry you had to see that. Every once in a while, they will pop up if you're not very careful, but there's like little pegs that you just peg right in. So this is how you want the rear to look. And you always want to make sure that these are literally tabbed in like stat, because they too tend to pop off, but all you just have to do is just pop it right back in. And then let's go and get this one back in. Probably would help if I have that. There we go. I'm not sure why that does that, but every so often. Yeah, you always want to make sure that these are in, which I don't believe it's in. There we go. And then once you get all of that, line everything up. Line everything up. And then there we go. Yeah, see what I mean? Geez, this does not want to work for me today. Now, if you apply some pressure, they will come off. However, if you don't want to apply too much pressure. There we go. Okay, so now that we have that, what's going to happen next is we're going to pull these down, and these are going to lock into different positions. Sorry, like I said, I apologize if you see that, but sometimes with figures, stuff like that is bound to happen. So I figure I might as well let you guys know. So that way you're not like, oh, well, this is not going to be good. Like, these are good figures. Unfortunately, it's just the way they designed them. You have to be very careful. So then what you're going to do next is you're going to bring this back. You want to make sure these are far enough. Like so. And then you're going to tab them into position right there. And then what you're going to do next is you're going to pull this out. And then we're going to line them up. There are 1, 2, 3, 2 tabs and 2 slots. What you're going to do is you're going to angle this down. Yeah, see what I mean? Like there's a whole lot of lines, but once you get it, there we go. Oh, that wasn't even too bad at all. You're going to do the exact same thing for over here. You're going to angle it. line up the stuff. And then once you're done, you want to make sure everything is you want to make sure everything's looking good to go. So once you're done with that, here you have Hot Rod in his vehicle mode. Now, the vehicle mode I really like. It is one of the best representations of Hot Rod that we got. As you can see, like the back looks really, really nice. It's a lot better than what the 2017 one looked like. Fortunately, I do not have that one with me, or else I'd be able to do a comparison shot on it. But overall, it's a really nice figure. Like, he rolls, he can actually spin. So, and for storage, there's this little tab right here and this little groove that will go right in there. And then let's pull the camera down. So there is that for Hot Rod. Okay, so next we have some comparison shots. Here we have is his fellow partner, Crosshairs, from the last night. Here we have Earthrise, Optimus Prime. So you can see how both of them look. And last but not least, here we have Studio Series 44, Buzzworthy Bumblebee, Optimus Prime. So there is that. Alrighty, so what are my final thoughts on this? Well, Hot Rod has that unique transformation that, like I said before earlier, that is kind of like a masterpiece, but not quite, though the transformation is very involved, and you just have to be very careful on when you're transforming it, because as you just seen in the video, sometimes that will happen. But for the most part, I recommend getting this guy. Like, now, if you don't have a Hot Rod from the live action version from the last night, I recommend this one. If you already have it from the last night premiere edition, I believe it is, then if you want to get this guy so you can do like customizations, that's fine. Or if you want to like hold off on it, that one is more like personal choice. But other than that, that's all I can say about Hot Rod. Like, he is a very good addition to the team. Love his weapon, by the way. And believe it or not, I actually found an upgrade kit for Hot Rod that I'm actually planning on getting real soon. So I'll be able to put some extra stuff on him, as well as some of the other figures that I've been finding. But beyond that, my friends, that's about it. So again, I want to say thank you for tuning in on today's episode. This is the Bronco Knight saying, live long and prosper, my friends. This is the Bronco Knight, signing out. See you next time.